What's going on? What's going on, everybody? This is Brendan with the Shogun. It's week 5 of the NFL NCAA football season. I'm here to project based on the lines your NCAA game. I picked 10 straight games that I like and about 7 NFL games. I would recommend not really listening to me. If you want to, by all means, go ahead and bet your money. This is what I would do if I was betting some money, which honestly I don't have right now, but here we go anyways. The first game will be in my home state of Georgia. It will be Duke at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's favored by 12.5. I really think that Duke's going to win this game. Well, cover the points. Honestly, I think they're going to win the game, but I think they're going to at least cover the points. If they lose, then they're going to cover the 12.5. I think that their defense will be ready for the option that Paul Johnson brings to them. They already played Navy this year. The next game I'm going to talk about is Penn State at Purdue. It's going to be another upset. I think Purdue's going to cover the 13 points. I really think Penn State's going to win the game, but I think it's going to be a little bit closer than what the experts think. Purdue played well against Notre Dame. Penn State been playing well this year, but hasn't really played anybody. The next game I want to talk about is UConn at UNC. UNC's favored by a touchdown. I honestly think UNC's going to win the game and cover the 7 points. Both teams are losing their starting quarterback for a couple weeks, but UNC's pound for pound a little bit more talented than UConn is. Next game is Auburn at Vanderbilt. This should be a game though. Auburn's favored by 4. I'm going to take Vanderbilt. They probably won't win the game, but I think it's going to be a 27-24 type of matchup. A 3-point victory for Auburn, but Vanderbilt's going to cover. Next game, of course, with my team, it's going to be Stanford at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's favored by a touchdown. I think that Notre Dame's going to just destroy Stanford. I think it's going to be at least by 14, 21 points. The next game I want to talk about is Illinois at Michigan. At the beginning of the year, we all thought that Illinois was just going to march all over this game. Tell you what, Michigan beat Wisconsin last week in the Big House. They're home again against a very solid Illinois team. Michigan's favored by 3. They're going to win by more than 3 and cover. Next game I'm going to talk about is Missouri at Nebraska. This is also going to be a close game. Missouri's favored by 10.5. I'm going to say Missouri's going to win the game, but once again, it's going to be closer than what the experts think. I am going to take Nebraska in at 10.5 points. Next game I'm going to talk about is Texas at Colorado. Colorado beat West Virginia a couple weeks ago. Texas is favored by 13, and I really think that Texas is going to win the game, but Colorado's going to cover the 13 points. Next game, I have no idea why this team's favored, but it's Florida State at Miami. Miami's favored by 2. I think Florida State's going to practically win straight up. I think they're a better team than Miami is. Enough said. The last game I'm going to talk about, probably the match of the day, will be Ohio State at Wisconsin. Ohio State's favored by 1.5, so technically you're going to play straight up on this. I really think after Wisconsin losing to Michigan, they're going to be back and hungry. Ohio State has impressed me much this year, so I'm going to take my Wisconsin Badgers to win that game. So technically I'm going to take about 7 underdogs and 3 favorites in NCAA this week. Going on to the NFL. The first game I'm going to talk about is also in my hometown. The Atlanta Falcons at the Green Bay Packers. Of course, Aaron Rodgers may or may not play. This doesn't even have a line yet, but if it was pound for pound, I would go with Atlanta. I think they're pretty much match up. Running backs are pretty evenly. Wide receivers are pretty much evenly. If Matt Flynn plays, then they're going to be equal on the quarterbacks, I do believe. Solid defense for both teams. So I think Atlanta's probably going to win by a field goal. Next game I'm going to talk about is Buffalo at Arizona. Arizona's favored by a point. Buffalo's going to win this straight up. It's practically a straight up match. I think Buffalo's a little bit more talented, especially if Quan Bowen doesn't play due to injury. Next game will be the Colts at Houston. Indianapolis Colts at the Houston Texans. Colts are favored by 3. I honestly think Peyton Manning and everybody else will get their foot out of their rear ends and start playing. So I would project that the Colts are going to cover the 3 points. They're probably going to win by at least 2 touchdowns. Next game was really a toss-up for me. It's the Tennessee Titans at Baltimore Ravens. Tennessee is favored by 3. Mixed feelings about this. I really think that Tennessee's going to prevail and cover the points. So take Tennessee if you choose to. Next game will be Tampa Bay at Denver. Denver's favored by 3. Tampa Bay's defense is really good. Their offense needs work. Denver's defense is weak, but their offense is pretty solid. So I am going to take Denver into points. The next game I want to talk about is the New England Patriots versus the San Francisco 49ers. It's at San Fran. I think New England's going to cover. They're favored by 3, so I think that they're going to cover for this week. Next game is practically a no-brainer. Chicago at Detroit. Chicago's a 3.5-point favorite. They're probably going to win by 2 touchdowns. So that would be really the safe bet, is to take Chicago at Detroit. Detroit's horrible. The Sunday night game will be Pittsburgh at Jacksonville. Jacksonville's favored by 4. This was also a toss-up. Pittsburgh's on their about the 4th running back. Rashad Mendenhall is out. Willie Parker's out. So they have to go get some people from free agency. But I think Jacksonville's too strong. I think they're going to cover the 4 points on Sunday Night Football. Monday Night Football. It's Minnesota at New Orleans. This is another game that's, in my mind, is really no-brainer. Minnesota's, besides Adrian Peterson, has nothing. So I really think that New Orleans is going to win this game. They're favored by 3. I think they're going to cover. I am going to put this up on my YouTube. Check it out. If you want to bet on these games, go ahead. But I will do that later on, and I will be back Monday, or actually Tuesday, to recap on what I did miss and got right for you. But I don't know. This is Freddie with the Shogun, signing off.